Greetings everyone, Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's new product review day here on Wednesday on the channel. Each and every week we bring you some of the cool new releases that are coming out in the worlds of heavy metal, progressive rock, hard rock, classic rock, jazz fusion. That's kind of like the realms that we cover here on the channel. Today we're looking at a really cool one. So this album is the third album from this Swedish band, released on Napalm Records, which we normally think is purely a heavy metal label. But these guys are metal at times. They're hard rock, certainly. They're also a prog rock band as well. The band is called Hällas Isle of Wisdom. Not sure how they say the name, H-A-L-L-A-S, but of course you got the two little dots there above the A, so that usually means something. So I'm going to say Hällas Isle of Wisdom. Like I said, it's their third album. These guys have been around since 2011. This follows up their album from 2020, which was called Conundrum. And prior to that, they had an album which was originally on Sign Records called Excerpts from a Future Past in 2018. So it's really, we've only seen releases from them over the last couple of years. And pretty damn good stuff. This is the first time I've heard this band. And I've heard lots of people talking about them over the last year or so. So it's like they've become like a kind of like a the new kid on the block of late. And all of a sudden people are talking about, oh, Hallas, got to check them out if you love like 70s prog and 70s folk rock and 70s hard rock and 80s metal. I hear these things and I'm like, I'm instantly intrigued because sounds good to me, right? So let's take a look at this album. Cool cover artwork there. It's got this kind of like folky kind of look to it, right? There's the back. It's a little digipack type of thing here. Let's take a look at the booklet. All right. Lyrics, more artwork. Does look like looks like an old Eloy album or something like that, right? So lyrics, guys in the band: Tommy Alexandersson, lead vocals and bass guitar; Marcus Peterson, guitar; Casper Eriksson, drums and percussion; Nicholas Malmqvist, organ and synthesizer; Alexander Moratis, guitar. Recorded at Riksminksverket, Stockholm, Sweden. Engineered and mixed by Lynn Fijal, assisted by Vilma Kalling. Mastered by Frida Clausen Johansson at Svenska Grammofonstudion. Produced by the band Lynn Fijal and Vilma Kalling. Artwork by Lena Richter and Maldo. Illustration designed by Bronca Studio. Pretty cool album. So again, if you're like me and really don't know a hell of a lot about this band, they apparently cite, and this is pretty cool, other bands that influenced them to kind of go into this style as Genesis, Uriah Heep, the Cherry Five, Italian prog band, Wishbone Ash, Camel, Nectar, Rush, Banco del Mutuo Soccorso, and Kebnekaski, which I'm assuming is a Swedish band. So I will say, out of all those influences, man, do you hear a lot of Wishbone Ash on here. And I'm talking specifically like Argus era Wishbone Ash, the very, very early years. I definitely hear some early 80s Iron Maiden Gallop at times. I definitely hear stuff like Nectar and some of the space rock bands. It's another reason why I mentioned Eloy before. There's definitely some old school Gabriel era Genesis going on here. The Banco makes total sense because I do hear some Italian prog. I also hear some like Scandinavian folk prog type stuff going on here. Majestic twin guitar leads and lines all over the place. Some songs have more of like a galloping rhythm, kind of maidenish stamp to it. Others are more kind of folky, proggy, atmospheric. You can tell they use lots of vintage equipment, right? You can hear like old school Moog synthesizer and Hammond organ on here. Like I said, the twin guitars, straight out of the Wishbone Ash Argus era stuff. Just really good. Birth/Intro Into Darkness kicks things off. Immediately you hear the kind of folky and proggy tones, the twin guitars. Advent of Dawn, terrific song. Earl's Theme, really good. The Inner Chamber is probably the first truly fantastic song on this album, although they're all really good. And again, it sounds like it's from the 70s. It just totally does. You know, you got the organ creeping in here and there, the twin guitars swirling around, occasional heavy riffs and busier rhythms. Illusions Gate is another good one. Gallivants of Space, terrific 70s style prog, but it's rocking. Stygian Depths is just a classic 70s hard rock tune. Again, there's some, you know, like 70s bluesy rock bands mixed with like 80s like new wave of British heavy metal. The Wind Carries the Word is the final track. Again, early Maiden, think first 2-3 albums, Wishbone Ash, Genesis. I mean, all this kind of stuff just kind of thrown together here. Really works really well. I'll say really the only thing about this album and this band that I don't think is top notch is I'm not convinced on the vocals yet. They're not bad at all. They're very Swedish sounding. They sing in English. He kind of, to me, needs to add a little bit more variety to his tone. He doesn't have a bad voice at all. I think it's just more of he uses like a similar tone throughout all the songs. And maybe the vocals could use a little variety to them. That's really the only thing I'm going to say that's, you know, slightly on the nitpicky side. But they're not unpleasant by any means. They're actually decent. I would like a little bit, you know, just change it up a little bit, I think, in spots. But man, this is a good album. All the hype that I've heard from people totally lived up to it. This is just good, hard rocking 70s style prog. Like I said, with little touches of new wave of British heavy metal, little touches of 70s blues rock. But for the most part, this is just a really good contemporary but prog album, but with a huge nod and homage to the greats of the past. If you love 70s inspired retro rock music, I can't imagine you wouldn't fall head over heels for this. So Hallas, or Hällas Isle of Wisdom, Napalm Records. Check it out if you haven't already. It's quite good. I highly recommend it. This is an easy, I've only had this a little bit of time. Okay, I've had this like a week and a half. I've listened to it like 5-6 times already. Really dig it. It's either a 4 out of 5 or a 4.5 out of 5. Again, I just got it, so I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I sit here. But either score means it's really good. It's really good. So plenty rocking enough, but will definitely satisfy the prog itch for all of you and who are into that sort of thing. And if you love classic style twin guitar harmonies, man, all over the place. Wishbone Ash, Maiden, Thin Lizzy, just everywhere, all over this album. Quite good. Hällas Isle of Wisdom. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more stuff here on the channel. Hoping to get to one more of these today. I really want to get to that new archival Alan Holdsworth live concert from 2014. If I don't get to it today, you'll get it next Wednesday. But stay tuned for more stuff here on the channel. We've got lots of good things happening. We've got ranking the albums of the Cult, ranking the albums of Miles Davis, 1965 to 1975. We've got the Monsters Den, Friday Morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff, UK Connection, where we're giving our favorite, least favorite Saxon albums, and album homework assignment with Jim Bakke and Guitar Hack going head to head. So lots of stuff happening here on the C. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We've also got the link below to our Ko-Fi page and our merch page where you can get all these cool Sea of Tranquility stuff or things, shirts. Here we got In the Prog Seat mixtape challenge shirt. We've got a hard rock and metal mixtape challenge shirt. We've got a shirt for In the Prog Seat. I think we have a couple In the Prog Seat shows. We've got a Hudson Valley Squares show shirt. We've got all sorts of logo shirts and things like that. The Monsters Den shirts. I mean, lots of cool stuff. So if you really want to help spread the word of the channel and you know, tell people all about and show people your love for what we do here on SOT, consider picking up some SOT gear and wearing it proudly and helping spread the word. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon here on the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.